People who work at a Subway/sandwich place, what is the strangest order you've ever had from a customer? I had only been working at Sammy's Subs for 3 weeks when I first met Mrs. Williams. This quiet elderly woman, maybe 70s, always dressed in a neat gray cardigan, came in every single Wednesday at exactly 1:12 p.m. She never missed it, not once. She always ordered the same 2 sandwiches, a turkey melt with chipotle sauce and a roast beef with mustard and extra onions, every single time. The first time I asked her if she wanted me to cut them in half, she smiled gently and said only the turkey melt. He liked his whole. I asked who she meant by he. My husband, she said. He passed 2 years ago, but I still buy his lunch. I blinked hard, unsure if I heard her right. But Mrs. Williams just paid and walked out, leaving 1 sandwich behind on the tray. She placed the roast beef sandwich on the exact same table every time, sat across from it, and whispered softly for about 10 minutes. Then she would pack it up, throw it away completely untouched, and leave. This happened every single week without fail. I told my coworkers about it, but most just shrugged. Yeah, she's been doing that since before you started, one said. Kind of sweet, kind of sad. We all assumed it was her way of dealing with grief. Some people leave flowers at graves. Mrs. Williams bought sandwiches. But one Wednesday, I noticed something really strange. After Mrs. Williams left like always, this man in a brown jacket came in and sat at the exact same table. He opened the sandwich bag, took out the roast beef sandwich and started eating it, like he knew it would be there. I rushed over to him. "Excuse me, sir, that's not yours. Someone left that by mistake." He raised his hand to stop me. "She knows," he said quietly. "Mrs. Williams knows I take it." That made no sense to me. I asked him what he meant. The man looked around nervously, then leaned closer. "That sandwich isn't for a dead husband," he whispered. "It's for me. I'm the husband." My jaw dropped. "But she said you died 2 years ago." His face got dark. I had to die. Insurance fraud, tax evasion, embezzlement. The FBI was closing in. I had 24 hours to disappear completely or spend the rest of my life in prison. He explained how he faked his death in a car accident, burned out vehicle, no body found, presumed dead. Mrs. Williams collected the life insurance money and played the grieving widow perfectly, but she couldn't bear to actually lose him forever. 2 years later, he came back in secret, homeless, broke, living in his car behind the shopping center. He was too sick and weak to work anymore, too scared to go to hospitals because of his fake identity. Mrs. Williams was the only person who knew he was still alive. Every Wednesday, she brought him food without anyone knowing. She would sit across from his sandwich, whispering updates about her life, their old friends, family news. It was their secret way of staying connected. The sandwich was never for a dead man. It was for a man who had to become dead. I stared at him in shock. "So you're living off grocery store food and whatever she brings you?" He nodded sadly. "Been sleeping in my car for 8 months now. Can't risk getting an apartment or job. Too many background checks. One wrong move and they'll figure out I'm alive." Mrs. Williams walked back in suddenly like she forgot something. When she saw me talking to her husband, her face went completely white. She rushed over to us. "David, what are you doing? You can't be seen talking to people." I realized I was witnessing something incredible and terrifying. This woman had been living a double life for 8 months, pretending to be a widow while secretly keeping her criminal husband alive. She looked at me with desperate eyes. "Please don't tell anyone about this, please." I was torn between feeling sorry for them and knowing this was completely illegal. But seeing how much they loved each other, how far she would go to keep him alive, I made a choice. "Your secret is safe with me," I said, "but he needs real help, medical care, a better place to stay." Mrs. Williams started crying. "I know, but we don't have options. If anyone finds out he's alive, they'll arrest him immediately. The insurance company will want their money back. We'll lose everything." David took her hand gently. "Maybe it's time to stop running, honey. I'm getting sicker every day." 3 weeks later, David walked into the FBI field office and turned himself in. Mrs. Williams had to return the insurance money, but David got a plea deal because he cooperated. He served 18 months in minimum security prison instead of 20 years. She visited him every single Wednesday, bringing homemade sandwiches the guards would let her share with him. When he got out, they moved to a different state and started over completely.